Viruses are microscopic organisms that exist almost everywhere on Earth. They can infect plants, animals, fungi, and even bacteria. Viruses can cause disease so deadly that they are fatal. Hi, and welcome back. In today's science episode, I will talk about viruses.
Viruses. A virus is a tiny non-living particle that invades and then multiplies inside a living cell. Viruses are not cells. They do not have the characteristics of organisms. The only way in which viruses are like organisms is that they can multiply. Although viruses can multiply, their reproduction is different than the reproduction of organisms. Viruses can only multiply when they are inside a living cell. No organisms are safe from viruses. The organism that has a virus multiplies inside is called a host. A host is a living thing that provides a source of energy for a virus or an organism. Viruses act like parasites, organisms that live on in a host and cause it harm. Almost all viruses destroy their host cells. The structure of viruses. Viruses are smaller than cells and vary in size and shape. Some viruses are round, others are shaped like rods, bricks, threads, or bullets. There are even viruses that have complex robot-like shapes, such as the bacteriophage, or the one that you can see here on this illustration. Although viruses may look different from one another, they all have a similar structure. All viruses have two basic parts: a protein coat that protects the virus and an inner core made of genetic material. A virus's genetic material contains the instructions for making new viruses. Some viruses are also surrounded by an additional outer membrane or envelope. The proteins on the surface of a virus play an important role during the invasion of a host cell. Each virus contains unique surface proteins. The shape of the surface proteins allows the virus to attach to certain cells in the host. Like keys, a virus's proteins fit only into certain locks, or proteins on the surface of a host cell. Because the lock and key action of a virus is specific, a certain virus can attach only to one or a few types of cells. For example, most cold viruses infect cells only in the nose and throat of humans. These cells are the ones with proteins on their surface that complement or fit those on the virus. How viruses multiply. After a virus attached to a cell, it enters the cell. Once inside a cell, a virus genetic material takes over many of the cell's functions. It instructs the cell to produce the virus proteins and genetic material. These proteins and genetic material then assemble into new viruses. Some viruses take over cell functions immediately. Other viruses wait for a while. Active viruses. After entering a cell, an active virus immediately goes into action. The virus's genetic material takes over cell functions, and the cell quickly begins to produce the virus proteins and genetic material. Then these parts assemble into new viruses. Like a photocopy machine left in the on position, the invaded cell makes copy after copy of new viruses. When it is full of new viruses, the host cells burst open, releasing hundreds of new viruses as it dies. Hidden viruses. Other viruses do not immediately become active. Instead, they hide for a while. After a hidden virus enters a host cell, its genetic material becomes part of the cell's genetic material. The virus does not appear to affect the cell's functions and may stay in this inactive state for years. Each time the host cell divides, the virus genetic material is copied along with the host genetic material. Then, under certain conditions, the virus genetic material suddenly becomes active. It takes over the cell's function in much the same way that active viruses do. Viruses and disease. If you've ever had a cold or been sick with the flu, you know that viruses can cause disease. Some diseases, such as colds or mild, people are sick for a short time but soon recover. Other diseases, such as acquired immunodeficiency syndrome or AIDS, have much more serious consequences on the body. The spread of viral diseases. Some viral diseases can be spread through contact with a contaminated object, while others are spread through the bite of an infected animal. Some viruses, such as cold and flu viruses, can travel in tiny drops of moisture that an infected person sneezes or coughs into the air. Other viruses can spread only through contact with body fluids, such as blood. Treating viral diseases. There are currently no cures for viral diseases. However, many over-the-counter medicines can help relieve symptoms of a viral infection. While they can make you feel better, these medicines can also delay your recovery if you resume your normal routine while you're still sick. The best treatment for viral infections is often bed rest. Resting, drinking plenty of fluids, and eating well-balanced meals may be all you can do while you recover from a viral disease. Preventing viral diseases. An important tool that helps prevent the spread of many viral diseases is vaccines. A vaccine is a substance introduced into the body to stimulate the production of chemicals that destroy a specific disease, causing viruses and organisms. Another important way to protect against viral disease is to keep your body healthy. You need to eat nutritious food as well as get enough sleep, fluids, and exercise. You can also protect yourself by washing your hands often and by not sharing eating or drinking utensils.
I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching and until the next one. Bye!